Hello and welcome to the Super Smash Bros. Brawl. How well translated were these characters towards the game from their real game, or best design, however you want to call it? We'll be going in the order that we've been going in the entire time, starting with Toon Link, ending with Luigi. Toon Link. Let's see where I can go with him. Sword attacks, only uses sword attacks. Makes sense. I don't think Link has ever really kicked when you really think about it. A lot of the moves he does are literally the moves he does in the game. He has those same items, the bombs, the boomerang, arrows. I honestly can't ever see a game where Link isn't well translated. Bayonetta is hard because I have never played a Bayonetta game. And I probably will never play a Bayonetta game. I know she summons demons. I know the clothes she wears is literally her hair, which is why when she smash attacks her stuff comes out. I know she has guns. I know it's similar to DMC and all that stuff. So I think, for the most part, since it's like a combo-ish kind of game and that kind of stuff where you get stylish and all that, based off of what I've seen, she seems to be well translated. I cannot say for certain, but she seems to be well translated. Bowser Jr., he's a weird one. He does use the clown car fairly often, that is true. He does shoot cannonballs every now and again. There's something when he's running around and he's shooting fire and a whole bunch of other stuff too, spinning in the shell, but then none of that's translated in Smash. Mecha Koopas. The clown car has done a lot of interesting things in Mario games, so I can't say that it's not necessarily well translated, though the exploding thing with the hammer thing is definitely a little off. I don't feel like I remember that in Mario games, so I could be wrong there, but I don't feel like I remember that. I think Bowser Jr. might be the first. I'll probably just put it okay, because I don't feel like he was like super well translated, but I don't feel like he's bad. I don't feel like he's terrible or anything like that. Charizard! Can Charizard fly a little bit? Yes. Can Charizard use flamethrower? Yes. Even though it's an HM he can use, Rock Smash. His moves, the clawing stuff's gonna be a slash. I don't know what the back ear is. Like, I don't know. Technically, you could say maybe it's like Iron Tail, but he has fire on the back. I don't know what you can call that, but that's probably the one move where he'd probably lose points on, his aerial. Everything else, I can canonically see a Charizard doing. Yeah, everything else Charizard does is fairly in canon. So, and they're all mostly Pokemon moves. So, I say Charizard is translated pretty good. It's probably well translated, actually. Okay, so, I have never played Final Fantasy. And I've never played 7. I know I will probably still never play 7 in the future. But I don't know where to put Cloud because of this. I'll be 100%. I don't know how to put Cloud because I've seen the world, it's modern, I know the magic, I know the limit stuff, I know a lot of the stuff he does. I know the charging limit. I know a lot of stuff he does is straight up well translated. But I don't know fully because, again, I've never played the game. I just know a lot of the stuff he does is things that he's capable of in the games and such, so I guess I'll just put him for now in pretty good. I don't know. Again, I have never played Fire Emblem Fates. It's literally the one Fire Emblem game where all of the Fire Emblem characters come from, except for Marth. I've never played his either. Where Shadow Dragon's bad. I'm sorry, I couldn't go back. I tried it a few times. I tried the DS version of it, the DS remake. It was not fun. It was not easy to get into. Without weapon triangle, and too much freedom is also something I'm not 100% a fan of, so yeah. But Corrin, I know some parts of the story, I get it, but I don't know Corrin well enough to know if they're well translated or not, so by default, I'm going to just put them in okay. If they're not well translated, someone can tell me. Dark Pit. Pitu. Ah, yes. I can say it. I think it's pretty well translated. Like, not like super perfect or anything, but considering the game he comes from and the customizability and the fact that you can use him or Pit in some sections, or that he helps Pit in some sections like that, yeah, I think that his moveset's pretty fine. Diddy Kong. These are all moves I can see Diddy Kong using. But that still doesn't change the fact that a lot of these still technically don't exist. Well, some of them, I guess I can see it, but I think he's pretty good. I think he's pretty good. Donkey Kong. I can see certain moves being like what he'd be doing. But I feel like there's so much more you can do with a Donkey Kong character, like with the character Donkey Kong himself, that Smash's interpretation of Donkey Kong, I feel, can be so much better. I do like the fact that, you know, at least compared in, I mean, it's with all the heavies now, but in the first few Smash games, well, especially the first one, because DK, you know, he'd pick up the Bowser and throw them in his original game. You know, the cargo throw kind of thing, where he'd be able to pick up, other people when they pick up boxes, they couldn't move with them, they just had to throw them from where they are. With Donkey Kong in those older games, he could have done that. He could have moved with them pretty much like normal. And I feel like Heavy's being able to move with the boxes and so better than Link. That was all started from Donkey Kong. Even then, that could technically be more put in a, it makes sense for DK to be able to do this. But I don't know if it comes over as a good translation per se. I'm gonna put him in okay, but just barely. Dr. Mario. Dr. Mario games are puzzle games. If you put Mario in a suit, in a doctor suit, that sounds like malpractice. His pills hurting you is what should happen. It's not what happened in the games, but it's what should happen, because there's no way Mario can be a doctor. He didn't go to school. I don't believe it. So, yeah, I'm thinking he's pretty bad. He's pretty bad. Duckon, he's probably the closest to terrible, in all honesty. He's probably the closest to terrible right now. He's probably really terrible, but he's still Mario, so some of the stuff that he gets, like, I can see it, so I'm gonna let it slide a little bit. Duckon. I think they're okay translated. I think they're okay translated. I don't think they're awful, but I think they're okay translated. Y'all come from on-rail shooters. And the only game that y'all were on the ground for, I did not play. I legitimately cannot say whether you're well translated or not, so I'm just gonna put both of you in bad. And I don't need to talk about Ganondorf. We already know he's terribly translated. We already know. Greninja. Water Shuriken. I feel like Water Shuriken should have been I get the charging part on it. I feel like it would have been better if it was more, you could like rapid fire it. Since Water Shuriken is a multi-hit move, so that's kind of a thing. He uses Hydro Pump, Shadow Sneak, Substitute. No, he uses Substitute to counter, which is weird because Substitute's not a counter. So there's that. He's fast because he's a ninja. He uses Water Shuriken, I guess, as like blades to attack. It is a physical move, so I guess it makes sense. So you know what? You're pretty good, Greninja. You're pretty good. Ike. It's hard for Fire Emblem characters because a lot of the time they have these standard animations for specifically how they're going to, you know, hit someone and stuff like that. So out of all of them, it's really hard with their limited moveset and the animations that they have from them. I'd say is pretty good in that regard. Like, he moves very similar to the animations that they do have for him. He uses Aether. So I guess I can go in there pretty good, but it's still hard with Fire Emblem because of the gameplay style. Jigglypuff. She uses Pokemon moves. Rest does not blow people up though, so just pretty good. King DDD. Honestly, I think King DDD was pretty well executed. Every single move he does, he technically does. The only thing I don't think he's ever really done is thrown his loyal subjects. But everything else I've seen him pretty much do in Kirby games. So I can say DDD is probably pretty good. Kirby will always be well translated in Smash games. I don't even have to go through it. He literally takes every single one of his moves from the Kirby games, puts them into Smash, and even if they weren't necessarily put in Smash, he literally had Smash Kirby in multiple games. Specifically Amazing Mirror, but still. It's hard to not have Kirby in well translated. Link. Link has a Kirby effect. In the way, you know, the boomerang, the arrows, spin attack, sword, you know, ending blow, bombs, all the stuff that is in Zelda. The only thing that Link does that I will say is a little different, that I can actually kind of, that I should have been deducting points from him before, but I can deduct points from him slightly. And I mean very slightly, is the fact that Link doesn't kick, and the back air kicks. That's the only thing I'd say. That's the only thing that's going to hurt him a little bit. Little Mac, he's a boxer. He does boxing moves. He does punching moves. He has Giga Mac, which is something that he does. I think Little Mac's being a boxer, running around, some of it's pretty good. Lucario. The way Aura is handled is weird. Other than that, pretty good. Use psychic powers. I've never played an Earthbound game. I can only assume that your translation is pretty good, I guess? Possibly okay. Lucina, she's similar to the other Fire Emblem ones where her animations, except her animations aren't really, you know, even necessarily close to the ones in her game when I think about it. She's somewhat just a clone of Marth in this one. A worse Marth in this game, so I guess I could just put her in kind of not well translated at all. She's kind of bad. Mario, okay, this Mario is the one that is essentially the same as Ultimate Mario. The only difference is Ultimate Mario has Cappy, this Mario does not. Fireballs are fine. I'm thinking, I don't know where to put it. I think he might be okay. He might be okay. Marth is just, I'm just gonna put him there. Mega Man, Mega Buster, Pellets, Leaf Shield. Bro. Yeah, I can't even argue. Well translated for Mega Man immediately. Can't argue. Meta Knight. Now, Meta Knight is very much one of those that could be well translated. Even more translated, I think Brawl was really good with the goodness of what, you know, he flies. Up B's the whole glide thing that he can do. He has the Mach Tornado. He has a drill. All of these moves are things I've seen him do in Kirby Superstar Ultra. His moveset's basically ripped from Kirby Superstar Ultra. Well, Kirby Superstar in general. So, I'd have to say Meta Knight is well translated. Mewtwo, Shadow Ball, Teleport, all things he can do. The smash attacks are a little weird. You're gonna lose points for the smash attacks, but special moves, disable also. I guess that's the best way disable can work in Smash. So, I'd say Mewtwo's pretty good. I will not be rating the Miis because why would I? Mr. Game & Watch. In fact, I shouldn't even put them on the list. I'll just put them on the bottom, away from everyone else, because I'm not gonna touch these Miis ever. Mr. Game & Watch. A lot of his stuff comes from the literal games he make that's on the Game and Watch and such. All the stuff that you see in the background. A lot of the stuff that he does comes from that. And I think Game and Watch is probably legitimately well translated. Ness, you're using Paula's moves to this day. And because of that, you just have to go in. Okay. Ha ha ha. Olimar. He throws Pikmin. He orders Pikmin around. Does he do that? Yes. Yes, he does. Pikmin have their properties that they have, like Pikmin with fire, Pikmin with water, electricity, purple Pikmin which throw, poison Pikmin. I feel like Olimar is fairly well translated. The pink ones for flying. It's pretty. I think he's actually. Olimar doesn't fight on his own though, so his Nair is kind of funny. And his forward air, the punch. But I've never seen him punch before in his games. But it's pretty good. Batman. Fuck, he's okay. I don't think he's super well translated. Palutena. I'm gonna put her in okay. I don't think she's super well translated. She might be bad in all honesty. Peach. Floating. Turnips. Umbrella. On her peaches. Umbrella. Ella. I think she's pretty fine. I don't know if she's like pretty good. I feel like she's okay. I feel like she might fall into the pretty good category, but barely. Because there's some things that are just off. Pikachu, Thunder Jolt is not a real move. So I technically guess he's done it in the anime. It's not a real move, but Thunder, Skull Bash. Pikachu's pretty well translated, and he's light too, so yeah. Pit, again, I can say the same thing I said about Dark Pit for Pit, even more so, like every single move from Pit. Everything else. I have to put pretty well translated. I think he's just really just. I think he's good. Robin. The fact that Robin uses both magic and swordplay and 11 sword, I feel like Robin is probably and like he's probably legitimately like the actual Fire Emblem character I can legitimately put in well translated. Simply because he actually is well translated. He has all the physical moves, he has all the magic ones. Even if the magic ones are a little, the way they act in Smash are a little different per se. We don't really know how they act outside the games. They do damage, and in Smash, they do damage, so. Yep. Rob. Rob is another one I don't know how to rank. Because I've never played any Rob games. The only time I've played Rob is in Mario Kart. And I know he's like a toy, and I don't know exactly how that works for him, so. I'll put him in okay. But that's just an okay with a question mark. Rosalina, all she does is stay up in her observatory. She commands Lumas around, so I guess that's translated well enough. I guess she's kind of like a Mother of the Galaxies and stuff, but she doesn't fight at any point in time, so. It's hard to do a proper translation for her, but she's not. She's pretty bad. Roy, the fact that you are good in this game is the main reason why. Bad. Ryu. Bro, they literally made the true inputs. I don't have anything else to add to Ryu. Samus. Again. Samus is the same as always. She's using all the stuff on Metroid. She's always going to be well translated as well. Sheik. It's hard to put her in well translated or good translated because I don't think Sheik does half of the shit in Ocarina of Time that Sheik does in thing, and even in yeah, I don't think Yeah. I think Sheik is just kind of not a well-translated character. But the Death Note is the only reason why she's not going in terrible. Shulk, Monado Arts, even if some of them don't do exactly as they should. Backslash, literally getting the backslash damage, like Vision as a counter. Bro, even though Monado Arts are a little different from the way it would work, I still think you deserve to be well translated. Sonic! Spin dashing, punching, not being able to swim. I think Sonic, his moveset for the most part is things I can see him doing. Things that are fairly well translated. So it is, I think I'm going to put him in pretty good or well translated. I'm not sure yet with him because there's things in his moveset I feel are weird. But the majority of the stuff in his moveset is fairly accurate to how you'd expect Sonic to be. So I can't say he's... I think he's well translated, but it's difficult for me to put a number in it. Villager. They made Villager like the dude from Balloon Fight plus Villager combined. He cuts down trees. He builds people's homes, which I guess he does that. I don't think his homes explode, so I think that's a little different, but yeah. He does use an axe to cut down trees, yep. I'm pretty sure he goes bowling or something like that. That bowling ball. I've never played Animal Crossing, I'm assuming at that one. I'm gonna put him in okay because of Balloon Fight stuff, but I don't know if that's there. Wario, he farts. He does the tackle that he had from the Wario World games. I don't know where he got his Lumpy from. That's weird. Everything else I can somewhat see. So I guess Wario is pretty good. Possibly okay. Wii Fit, she did yoga moves. She literally does yoga moves. She fights using yoga moves. I don't know what else to say. Yoshi, I think Yoshi's pretty well translated. Fights using his tail and his feet. That flip kick, I don't think it's something he's ever done. Flutter kick, all that stuff. But I can see him doing the flip more than I can see him headbutting things. The same with the dash attack. I can kind of see it. But Yoshi will forever be pretty good because he does have things that don't translate well. Zelda, she's using the armor from the last game, which is pretty good for her. She's still using the magic stuff, which I guess she should be using, but at the same time, those are more Link's magic from Ocarina of Time than anything else. Overall, I think Zelda's probably like... I'll put her in okay. Zero Suit, she has a gun. She has the whip. Those are things I know are definitely from Metroid. The boost kick, I'm just gonna put her in pretty good or okay. Cause yeah, Bowser, Rolling Fortress. He claws at people. He breathes fire. That is true. He does try to sit on people. That is true. I think Bowser's gonna win a pretty good category for me. Cause I think he's definitely pretty good. Pretty well translated. Captain Falcon, you are at this point a Smash character, bro. You literally race. I can't put a thing on how a racer would fight. So at this point, I'm gonna actually put Falcon in well translated. Not because of F-Zero, but because at this point, he is essentially just a Smash Bros. Character. Sorry, not sorry, Falcon. Luigi. Okay, so I believe this is the game where he got the Poltergust as his grab, which I think was a very, very good change for Luigi. I think that alone is going to put Luigi into pretty good. I mean, he still shoots fireballs, he still has the Mario-ish moveset, but I think that alone should translate him into pretty good because the Poltergust is a lot. And there we have it. The Super Smash Bros. Brawl. How well translated or well designed, I guess you could call it. Tier list. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And next time, we'll tackle Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Well, not Ultimate, I mean, Smash Bros. For Wii U. I don't even know what game I'm talking about. This is for Wii U. Or 3DS. I think next time we're going to tackle the stages, and that's going to be the end of that for Smash 4. So I'll see you in the next one.